Ever wondered how long you'd last in the Roman army? Well, you're about to get thrown into Rome, and Rome does not care about your feelings. Imagine this. You just signed up for the Roman army, not because you're brave, but because taxes exist. You stand in a dusty camp, men yelling, armor clanking. Someone is already regretting their life choices. A centurion walks by. He looks at you like you are a future problem. No welcome speech, no training video, just move. Congrats. You're now part of the most disciplined war machine in history, or as Rome calls it, Tuesday. You are now a recruit, which is just a fancy word for the new guy who doesn't know anything yet. Your job? Carry stuff. A lot of stuff. In fact, you're carrying so much gear that they'll start calling you one of Marius's mules. Your sword? Too heavy. Your armor? Feels like wearing a walking prison. Your confidence? Left in your hometown. Every morning starts the same. Wake up, run, get yelled at, run again. But now, emotionally tired. A veteran legionary walks past you. He says nothing, but his eyes say, "You're going to suffer here." And the worst part, he's right. But hey, stick around long enough, and maybe, just maybe, you stop being the guy carrying tents and become the guy making history. Or you could try to run away. But let's just say Rome doesn't take quitting very well. So, back to training.
So, you survived. Barely. But you're still here. And Rome noticed. Congratulations. You've been promoted to regular soldier, which means you're no longer the worst person in the camp. There's a new recruit for that now. And you look at him the same way that veteran once looked at you. Your gear is better. Your sword feels lighter, or maybe you just got stronger. Either way, you stop dropping it. Progress. Life as a regular soldier is simple. March, fight, build, repeat. Rome doesn't build roads by asking nicely. Your unit does it, after a full day of marching, in armor, uphill. But here's the thing nobody tells you. You start to feel it, the rhythm, the discipline. You wake up before they tell you to. You run before they make you. Something changed. You're not scared of the Centurion anymore. Well, a little. But now you understand why he yells. Because out there, on the battlefield, hesitation gets people killed. And the man next to you? He's trusting you with his life. That's the real job of a regular soldier. Not just fighting, showing up, every single day. No excuses, no quitting. Rome didn't conquer the world with talent. It conquered it with soldiers like you, who just kept going. You've been in Rome's army long enough to stop counting the days. And one morning, they give you 10 men to lead. Welcome to Group Leader. You're not just a soldier anymore. You're responsible for other soldiers. Which sounds great, until you realize your group includes one guy who can't march straight, one who complains about everything, and one who reminds you of yourself on day one. Your job is simple. Keep them alive, keep them moving, and keep them from embarrassing you in front of the Centurion. Spoiler, they will embarrass you, repeatedly. You're the one who wakes them up. You're the one who answers when something goes wrong. The Centurion doesn't want excuses. He wants results. And now you finally understand what that feels like from the other side. Leading 10 men sounds small, but in battle, your 10 men are everything. You move together, fight together, cover each other. One mistake from you and the whole line breaks. No pressure. But when it works, when your group moves like one machine, shields locked, steps synchronized, there's nothing like it. You built that. You turned 10 strangers into one unit. Rome didn't make you a leader because you were the strongest. It made you a leader because you were still standing when everyone else gave up. And somewhere behind you, a new recruit is watching, just like you once did. You didn't ask for this, but Rome decided you were ready. And Rome doesn't ask for your opinion. You are now a centurion, commander of 80 men, the most feared middle manager in human history. You have a vine staff, not for walking, for making people regret their life choices. The soldiers know what it means when you tap it against your hand. It means someone is about to have a very bad day. Your mornings start before everyone else's. Your nights end after everyone else's. You are the first one up and the last one down. Sleep is something other people do. The officers above you give orders. The soldiers below you follow orders. You are the one who makes both happen at the same time. With 80 men, in the middle of a battle, while someone is actively trying to kill you. But here's what nobody tells you about being a Centurion. The men respect you, not because of your title, because you earned it. You were once the recruit dropping his sword. You were once the regular soldier building roads in the rain. They know that. And so do you. In battle, you stand at the front, not the back, the front. Because Rome doesn't promote cowards. And because someone has to show 80 men that it's possible to walk towards certain danger and not run. You are the spine of the Roman army. Emperors come and go. Generals make speeches. But the Centurion gets it done. You've stopped counting your scars. That's how you know you've made it this far. You are now a military commander. You don't lead 80 men anymore. You lead thousands. And the difference between 80 and thousands is not just numbers, it's paperwork. A lot of paperwork. Your days of fighting at the front are mostly over. Now you fight with maps and strategy and very long meetings where everyone pretends to agree with you because you outrank them. You decide where the army moves. You decide when it attacks. You decide when it retreats. Though Rome prefers you don't use that word, ever. The soldiers below you will never speak to you directly. You are no longer a person to them. You are a title, a symbol. When you walk through camp, men stand straighter, not because they like you, because you represent something bigger than both of you. But here's the weight nobody warns you about. Every order you give has consequences. Send the wrong unit at the wrong time, and men die. You're men. Men who trusted Rome. Men who trusted you. A military commander doesn't just win battles, he wins them with the least possible cost. Because Rome is watching every decision, and Rome has a very long memory. You came a long way from that dusty camp, from carrying tents to commanding armies. And somewhere out there, a recruit is dropping his sword for the first time. You remember that feeling. Use it. There are no more promotions to chase, no more rungs to climb. You are a general of Rome. And Rome doesn't hand that title to just anyone. It hands it to the person it can't afford to lose. You command entire armies, not thousands, tens of thousands. Men who have never seen your face but would die on your order. That's not power. That's responsibility wearing a very expensive helmet. The emperor watches you. Always. Because a general with a loyal army is either Rome's greatest asset or its greatest threat. You learn quickly to be the first one. Your battlefield is no longer just dirt and blood. It's politics, alliances, timing, knowing when to fight and when to make your enemy think you're about to fight. Half of war is won before a single sword is drawn. Other generals have lost entire legions through impatience, through ego, through underestimating the enemy. You've seen it happen. You remember their names, so you never become one of them. But when the battle comes, and it always comes, everything gets quiet in your head. The noise, the chaos, the thousands of moving pieces. You see it all clearly. You know exactly what needs to happen, and you make it happen. That clarity? You didn't get it from talent. You got it from every march, every battle, every mistake, every loss going all the way back to day one. From a recruit who couldn't lift his sword, to a general who decides where Rome's sword falls. Not bad for someone who joined the army because of taxes. You didn't conquer Rome, but you run it. And sometimes, that's the same thing. The emperor's right hand. There is no official title, no ceremony, no parade. One day the emperor simply starts asking for you and stops making decisions without you. That's how you know. You are the last voice he hears before he sleeps, and the first one he calls when something goes wrong. And in Rome, something is always going wrong. Your job has no clear description. You advise, you manage. You translate the emperor's vision into actual decisions that actual humans can actually carry out. Because emperors are great at wanting things, and not always great at understanding why those things are complicated. You sit in rooms where the fate of provinces is decided over dinner. You read letters that could start wars. You stop wars that nobody ever hears about because you stopped them quietly before they started. The generals respect you. The senators fear you. The emperor trusts you. In Rome, that combination makes you one of the most powerful people alive, and one of the most dangerous positions to hold. Because if the emperor falls, you fall with him. Your loyalty is your strength, and your vulnerability at the same time. You are not famous. History will not always remember your name. But Rome could not have functioned without you. The recruit who once couldn't find his tent now helps decide the borders of an empire. Not bad at all. You are Rome, not a part of it, not a servant of it. You are Rome. Every road, every legion, every border, every law, it all leads back to you. And it all depends on you, the emperor, the title that men have killed for, died for, and occasionally poisoned their own family for. Welcome to the top. Your mornings start with reports from every corner of an empire that stretches further than most people can imagine. Britain to Egypt, Spain to Persia. All of it yours. All of it your problem. You don't fight battles anymore. You start them, or end them. With a word. Sometimes with a letter. Sometimes with a look across a room that everyone in that room immediately understands. The loneliness up here is something nobody warns you about. Everyone wants something from you. Everyone tells you what you want to hear. The truth becomes a rare and expensive commodity. You learn to find it anyway, because emperors who stop looking for truth don't stay emperor for long. Every decision you make echoes for generations. A road you build will still exist in 1,000 years. A war you start will reshape civilizations. A law you write will outlive everyone in this room. You think back sometimes to a dusty camp, a centurion who looked at you like a future problem, a sword that felt too heavy, armor that felt like a prison. That recruit had no idea. Neither did you. But here you are, at the top of the most powerful empire the world has ever seen. Not because Rome chose you, because you chose Rome, every single day, when it was hard, when it was painful, when quitting seemed like the only reasonable option. You didn't quit, and Rome never forgets the ones who don't quit. SPQR.